to Tulsa may be a little different this year, but local businesses and attractions are doing their best to allow visitors to discover the joys of the city safely. Joining us today to discuss the new Tulsa Safety Campaign, live from the Gathering Place in the heart of Tulsa, is Executive Director of the Gathering Place, Tony Moore. Thank you so much, Tony, for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, tell me, what is the city of Tulsa doing to ensure that visitors can safely have a good time?
Oh, what a year it has been for all cities across America, right? But here in Tulsa, a lot of our business attractions have gotten together, and we are, this COVID thing is a real thing, and we're following the CDC guidelines and regulations to ensure that plenty of hand sanitizing, wearing of masks. And so we're just being consistent and really telling Tulsans and anyone from a drive mark that wish to come that there's a safe way that you can still get out amidst this COVID pandemic and still get out and enjoy yourselves.
Now, you mentioned attractions, which is one of the main things that'll get us to any place to visit. Tell us about some of the attractions you have in Tulsa.
Yeah, you know, Tulsa is no longer that flyover city it once was. We have a collection of world-class attractions ranging from museums, Philbrook, Gilcrease. We have the Oklahoma Aquarium with the largest collection of bull sharks. We have the Tulsa Zoo, over 85 acres. And of course, not to be forgotten, the Gathering Place, voted #1 new attraction by USA Today viewers in 2019, and also by Time Magazine of one of the most excellent places to visit in the world. So, you know, Tulsa, Clarissa, is more than a one-day visit. It's a multi-day visit, a lot to see, but we are all united in doing so safely at a very challenging time. And we're following those guidelines and taking this pandemic quite serious.
So tell me how the city's made it easier for the citizens or visitors to get outside and be active safely.
Yeah, and so a lot of the attractions I've listed, you know, I've always say social distancing is good for confinement and we need to do it, but it's terrible for the human spirit, right? Mm-hmm. So get outdoors, you know, like we have a botanical garden here as well. And here at the Gathering Place, we have over 2.3 million plants and shrubs and over 7,000 trees and almost 70 acres to get out in the great outdoors. The weather is getting a little cooler, but there's a way to get out and do so safely and enjoy the outdoors. And so come on down to see us whenever you guys are ready. We're getting ahead of this COVID thing when it goes away.
Well, I think we've covered most of the bases for anybody who plans a trip. However, one thing I like to do is check out the history of a location, and Tulsa is rich with history. Tell me about where we can experience the history of Tulsa when we visit.
So yeah, in the 20s, Tulsa was known as the oil capital of the world, and we still have our fingerprints of that with a lot of our Art Deco buildings in downtown Tulsa, rivaling New York or even Miami for that matter. But in the 1920s, the massacre that had happened, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary, and we're in the process of building a museum that will properly tell that story called Greenwood Rising. And so, but we're a city moving ahead on a positive note, dealing with our past. And so come on out to see us here in Tulsa. And the best place, Clarissa, to see all this is at visittulsa.com. It's a unifying site that shows all our attractions and all the safety precautions we're taking. And so thank you for allowing us the storytelling to share Tulsa with you.
Absolutely. Well, it's a pleasure speaking with you today, Tony, and I'm certainly adding Tulsa to my vacation list because of this interview. So thank you so much, and I hope we inspired some of our friends at home to get out there and enjoy life this year.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV. Get the scoop on all things local by following us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.